Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the feedback series from the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge that happened a few days ago in Abuja. We're excited that we are going to take feedbacks from the participants, the winners, resource persons, and partners that made this a wonderful success. We are so happy that the 2020 edition of the Enterprise Challenge was a wonderful success. And this afternoon, we are starting with Bilkisu Garba, the star prize winner of the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge for 2020 edition. I bring you greetings from the head office of the Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa and from my boss, the president, Ugwumba Uchenwosu. We are happy that Bilkisu is taking the first shot this afternoon. And by the way, let me tell you more about Bilkisu Garba. She is an architect by training from Kano University of Science and Technology, and at the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Bilkisu, after working on construction sites for a few years, obtained a diploma in interior designs and decorations and started working in an interior design company based in Abuja in 2016. The same year, she developed interest in sustainable interior designs. And in 2017, she launched two startups, a building design and finishing company called Revamp Chariots Limited, which she co-owns, and then the Upcycle Architect, Tupa, a social enterprise that uses solid waste generated from construction sites to produce spectacular furniture and furnishing pieces for interior spaces. Within 3 years of founding Tupa, Bilkisu has been able to promote a not so popular movement in Nigeria called upcycling. Upcycling. I think I got to know about this the first time I met Bilkisu. That's what I got to know about upcycling. So through her brand, she has built a solid team of green designers and environmentalists, created a functional structure for courses on sustainable interior design and creative upcycle. She has trained over 700 young people and women in interior designs and creative upcycling. And today, many of these people have become successful in their own interior design businesses. Her startup, the Upcycle Architect, has produced countless eco-conscious, functional, and durable products, all from waste materials. All these and more earned her the 2020 African Green Female Award from the 11-11-12 Foundation. Our guest, Bilkisu Garba, has a mini MBA from the International Financial Corporation, a certificate of achievement in sustainable interior designs, Green Brazil, upcycling from green ideas to running a business, Minca, Brazil, upcycling, the new economy, with the International Institute for Creative Designs and U.S. Embassy here in Abuja. Our guest, Bilkisu Garba, is the overall winner of the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge in Abuja, and she's here this afternoon to share her story with us. My name is Remi Chukwunyere, the Executive Director of the Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa, and it's my pleasure on behalf of my President, Ugwumba Uchenwosu, to welcome all of you to this show this afternoon. Bilkisu, you are welcome to the show once again. How are you this afternoon?
Thank you, Remy. I'm fine. I'm doing great. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yes, I've just read a brief about you. Is there anything that I missed that you would like our audience to know about you? Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Hello, did you hear me? Okay. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is we are taking feedbacks from the winners and participants of the Ugwumba Enterprise.
Well, I guess there are a couple of things. One would be that I would actually, yes, can you hear me too? I can
Go
hear you
ahead.
very
Go
well.
ahead.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yes, I can. So I don't know if you can hear me too. Yes, I got your question, but I'd like to know if you can hear me well.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you? I don't know if you can hear me. Are we together?
Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so well, I guess there are a few things that I would like people to know about me. One would be if there's anybody up and ready to sign up for skydiving, please just let me know and we could tag along. I would really love to go skydiving. And then there's also on a serious note now there's something I've always been very passionate about, and it's about raising
Are you there? Hello, are you there? Okay, I think she has network issues there. By the way, we're talking about the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge that just happened a few days ago in Abuja. So we're trying to capture the feedback from the winners, the participants, resource persons, and our partners. For us, the event was a wonderful success. So we want to know how actually, they contributed in making the event a success. So this afternoon, we are having on the show Bilkisu Garba, the winner of the star prize of 1 million naira at the show. So at the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. So I think she's back on the studio. So we want to hear from her. Bilkisu, are you there now? Can you hear me? Can you
Yes,
hear
I
me?
can. I hope you can hear me too.
Okay, good, good. Okay,
Yes, I can.
yeah. Let's go into the issues of the moment. We don't have time, so let's go to you emerged the overall winner. Out of over 400 Nigerian youths that took part in the 2022 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. So we want to know, how do you feel about it? How does it make you feel as the overall winner of that wonderful challenge? How do you feel about it?
I feel humbled. Honestly, I feel really humbled. I feel excited. I feel it's still surreal. I feel it's a priceless feeling. It's something I really can't explain or express. But honestly, first and foremost, I feel humbled because I listened to from start. I listened to each and everybody's pitch and I watched them, and I knew they had like really strong business ideas, and it was really a tough challenge. So emerging as number one from countless other strong business ideas, it's priceless for me. It's a feeling that for years to come, I still will not really be able to explain and express. But I'm absolutely grateful for the platform, for the opportunity to even be able to be like an ambassador for the Ugwumba Enterprise, challenge. It's amazing, and I feel really humbled. Seriously.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting to know that you feel humbled. And today you have become a celebrity courtesy of the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. That's interesting. That's interesting to know. Okay, Belikisu, there's something that I wanted to talk about. It's not really easy to get young women, young ladies from the north, to participate in this kind of challenge. We tried it sometime last year to get people from the north to take part in what we were doing, but it wasn't easy. Now, this year, I think we celebrated the milestone by, reaching the 36 states plus the FCT, with people, young people applying to participate in this challenge. Now, for us, it's a great milestone, and we are also happy that someone like you from the north and a Muslim, was declared the winner of the challenge. So, how did you get involved? Because we know that it's not easy for young women, especially of the Muslim faith, to get into this kind of thing. So how do you feel about it? Is it the truth or is it just our own imagination? So what do you say about it?
Um, well, that's really true. It's more of like a cultural thing because culture, the kind of culture that we have has some, and faith also has some restrictions and guidelines, and there's a way in which there are a few things that we're not like totally allowed to do. But notwithstanding, this is it's a platform um, about raising entrepreneurs, and it doesn't stop where you come from or what you believe in. Doesn't stop you from. It doesn't go against our ethics. So learning about it, this was just more of like on a personal note. I actually heard about it first from a WhatsApp group, business WhatsApp group that I belong to. And when I saw it, I was skeptical initially because I did like a quick check on the Ugwumba website and a few of the Ugwumba social media pages, and I saw the previous winners, and I just felt like okay, it was probably a zone kind of challenge. So I was a little skeptical initially, but then I I was just more like I just felt if I applied, what would be the worst? The only thing that could happen is I don't get selected if I don't meet the criteria, and that was just how I applied for it. And to my greatest surprise, I was selected for the boot camp. And I'm a kind of person that I love learning. I love reading. I always love learning new things. So when I knew I was going to be part of the boot camp, I was excited about it because I wanted to learn something new. I was certain that I was going to learn something new. And that was how it started for me. So it's not as if I had seen it in so many places. I just saw it in one particular group, and it was even a lady from a friend of mine from the East that posted it. So it was a reason why I felt like it was probably a zonal kind of competition. But then here we are today, breaking ground, breaking records, and it's amazing.
Okay, how do you talk about being skeptical? When you first saw the call for applications, I'm sure there were some things that you were afraid of. Did they happen to you
Yeah.
while you were in the boot camp and in throughout the whole challenge? Those things you were afraid of, did anyone happen to you?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, the first person I ever got to speak to about the challenge was you, Mr. Remy. I was able to place a call to you, and the way you addressed me and addressed the situation and challenge I had at that time towards connecting to the boot camp just made me feel really at ease. And that was when I knew that, okay, it wasn't a zonal kind of competition. It just probably wasn't reaching the northern part of Nigeria, or it was reaching, but then a lot of people were not paying attention to it. So it wasn't, it actually surpassed my expectations, honestly. It had nothing to do with where we come from or what we believe in.
Okay, I said something, and you are yet to get there. But were you harassed in any way? Were you harassed in any way? Because I want to know why um, uh, your type of persons, get reluctant in getting involved. So, were you harassed by anybody?
No, not at all. In fact, I made new friends. Seriously, I made a lot of friends from all across Nigeria, honestly. And even we're thinking about collaboration and all that, from the facilitators to the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge team, to every single person. There was no discrimination. There was no, in fact, it was more like an exchange, learning about new cultures and way of life, habits, and even faith. And as I was asking my colleagues questions too about where they come from and what they do, they were also asking me questions. So, there were like some um, perceptions that they had about maybe coming from the north or being a Muslim and running an enterprise or doing business in a certain kind of way. It just there was no discrimination at all. It was it was still more of like a continuation of learning, because it wasn't just about learning about business and um, competing. It was also about learning about new cultures, people, and the way they
Okay, so so you are affirming, some of our principles that we are 100% non-religious, 100% non-partisan, and 100% non-discriminatory. Are you affirming all of this that we
Yes,
claim that we are?
yes, I am. In fact, if you take a look at the final pitch day, so when we were all putting on our branded t-shirts, you would notice that there were two of us that were Muslim ladies, and we were allowed to dress in our comfort zone, even with the t-shirt on. There was no discrimination or segregation that it had to be worn in a particular kind of way. So that also affirms that it is it's a very easy, very transparent, straightforward process.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Bilkisu, yes, from the profile that I read, we understand that you are an architect and you are well educated. So we just want to know, did you learn anything new from the boot camp, from the Ugwumba Enterprise Academy? That is the boot camp. Did you learn anything? Which courses, which of the facilitators provoked you, to do more for yourself and for your business? So just share with us.
Absolutely true. So, like I earlier stated, I love learning. I love reading. I love learning about literally everything. So, the boot camp like was the first part, the first process for me, even before the pitch and competition. I honestly never thought that I was going to win, but I knew for certain that participating in the boot camp was going to be a major plus for myself and the business. So at that time of the boot camp, I was actually running two online courses at the same time. But I ensured, and it was just more, I think it was just about 30 minutes interval that I had from one session to the other. And I made sure I attended every single class. And in all honesty, I must commend each and every one of the facilitators who did amazingly, honestly. And I can't really say that one did better than the other. They came with very different templates and personal experiences and concepts, and each and every one of them, have made a major impact in my life and that of the business. But probably because of what I was experiencing at that point in time, about three of them made serious impact, you know, to me personally and then to the business. One is Mrs. Edi. I can't really pronounce her surname, but I know it starts with E. And she took us on self-discovery. And I think that was the second class. Yes. And that was, oh my God, how do I explain it? I felt like she was speaking to me directly. Like I was sitting in front of her, she was talking to the people. And I jotted a lot of things that she said down. And that was top notch for me because it's one thing to run a business, but then it's another to even have a purpose. What is your aim? What is your mission? What are your aspirations? Why are you even running the business in the first place? So that was major for me. The second was Mrs. Trudeau. I don't know if I pronounce her name well, but I know it starts with an O too. And she's also an architect, and her session was on setting goals and all of that, and that is something very it resonated a lot to me. And then the third session, oh my God, there was also the financial class, which was also really important. But the next part was Mrs. Lois, because, like I said um, before, during last week, during the grand finale, I respect her a lot because it shows that she is passionate about what she does, and she's a very selfless person. And I hope to meet her someday because she spoke about pitching and teaching your business idea. I study architecture, and that's what I do for a living. But it's one thing to know how to present in front of a jury or present in front of a client, and it's another thing to know how to pitch your business idea. So Giving those tips and information was effort. So yes, they did amazingly well, but I say big thank you to all of them.
Okay, okay, that's interesting to know. That's interesting. I'm happy that you even remember their names and
Yes.
the different. That's interesting. They really made impacts in your life. Okay, another thing I want you to talk about is the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge model is a tough one, a tough and rigorous process. You know, like when I engage you people in a discussion, I let you know that we purposely designed it to be this tough and rigorous so that at the end of the day, we can boast of those that emerge winners, before our partners and before the prospective investors. Since October, this process started. Was there any time that you wanted to quit?
Um, no, no. There was never a time I wanted to quit. But like I said, I honestly never thought I was going to win because I watched other pitches, I saw other people's businesses, and I honestly did not think I was going to win. But no, I wasn't willing to give up. I wanted to try and just see how far I would go. But I never felt like giving up at any point in time. I just took corrections from what I saw in other people's um, videos and just try to improve mine. But no, never to give up. Nah, you don't give up.
Okay. Okay, so you never at any point wanted to quit the competition, right?
No, no,
Okay.
no, not
Okay, I think let me take you on this other one. Judging by the quality of the pitches, just like you have confirmed, the pitches were wonderful, excellent, scalable business ideas and also investable business ideas. So the next question I have for you is, were you threatened by any of the ideas, from being the overall winner? Which of them threatened
yes,
your becoming the overall winner?
a couple of them. Honestly, a couple of them. So many of them actually. Seriously, because um, you might think you have an awesome idea, your business is on point, and it might not really be so. When you see other businesses. So a couple of them actually um, made me step up a bit. Um, Ruth Ede, her business idea, I loved it. Mercy was also part of that's Tefem, that's a business name. One Cat, yes, I can't remember his business name, but I know he was also one of them. There was also Joseph. There was Sumaya. Yes, those were some of the um, businesses that I knew motivated me to step up um, what I was doing in the challenge. A couple of them actually.
Okay, okay. So you were threatened by the business pitches from Mercy, from Root,
Yeah,
Mayor Organic, something Mayor Organic fertilizer or something like that. Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, okay. Now, if you were asked to nominate a winner apart from yourself, who would have been that lucky person? If you were asked to nominate a winner apart from yourself.
Can I nominate more than one winner? Because seriously, I don't know. I don't know if I can nominate just one person. Um, I can nominate a winner.
Apart from yourself. So who would that be?
Ruth Ede of Scratop. Yes, yes,
Are you serious?
yes. I'm serious. Like she shook me that seriously. Yes.
So
I
tell
feel
us why. Tell us why. Tell us why you chose Ruth.
I love
If,
her. I
if you are,
love her
tell us why.
idea. Yes, I love her business idea. Because she does. It's in a I would say it's similar to what I do, but she also uses waste. I think organic waste to make fertilizers and things of that nature. I don't know it so technically, but I understand the business concept, and I know it's something that we really need in Nigeria as currently. So I knew for a fact that And I also watched her live pitch, on that grand finale, and I saw her level of confidence and the way she was approaching the questions that were, put across to her. So I was almost certain. I wasn't shocked at all when she made it to top three because I knew she had a strong business concept.
Hmm. Wow, wow. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that Ruth's business idea was that, serious competitor to yours. That's really interesting. Well, seriously, seriously. I'm happy about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on the feedback series for the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge 2020 that happened a few days ago. And on the show, our guest is Bilkisu Garba, the CEO of the Upcycle Architect, the lady that won our star prize of 1 million naira. And today she is our Rebrand Nigeria ambassador and our top 2020 Ugwumba Fellow. So she's our celebrity, and we are so happy to have her. Some people celebrate their BB Niger celebrity. That she is our own celebrity this year, and we're so happy. We will do anything to showcase her because we are proud of her for winning the star prize out of 400 other young people with wonderful ideas from across the country. It's something to celebrate about. And that is why we are featuring here this afternoon to speak to us on the feedback series. This is the first edition of this series. We are getting more people, more winners and participants, even partners, to join us here after this edition. So, Belikisu, I thank you because you are doing marvelously, great as we are progressing. So, you are an architect by training. You are an architect. So, why did you choose to establish a business in the waste recycling sector? Why did you choose to do that?
Well, for so many reasons, actually. Upcycling was never really something I thought I would do. I think fate just led me into the upcycling business. Um, so to start with, I actually wanted to study I wanted to study interior design or interior architecture. But then at that time when I was schooling, there was nothing like that. The closest course to interior architecture, interior design was architecture, and so I opted for architecture. So I always knew that at the end of the day, I was most likely going to specialize in interior architecture or interior design. And that was how, so immediately I graduated, finished my youth service and all of that. I started looking for interior design firms in Abuja and interior design courses to do and to work in. And that was just how the whole journey started for me. So in 2016, October 2016, I was given a site to renovate in Abuja here, and I think that was indirectly the beginning of the journey for me. So it was a renovation project, but there was really nothing wrong with the interior space, but the client just wanted a new vibe, and there were a lot of functional and useful pieces within the space that could be repurposed, but then he just wanted to discard them and then get new ones. So the chairs were in perfect condition, the lighting, almost everything, and then there were people outside, like a couple of people outside that were just waiting to collect these items from us. And I kept asking them what they wanted to use them for, and then they said they have like workshops and spaces where they clean them up, and then they sell these items. That's what we call thrift and all that. And fast forward to, I think, a few months after, I saw those people selling those items, the chairs and light fittings, to people at really good prices. And then it clicked to me that there actually is a market for these kind of items, upcycled items. Then that same year, I presented in an interior design symposium a topic called Sustainable Interior Design Practices in Nigeria, where I had to talk to people about adopting the concept of sustainability and how they can embrace it and then learn more about it. But then I knew just talking to them was not going to do enough to convince them. And so I wanted to make something practical that they could see. And that was how I made a bottle table, a bottle table, a three-legged bottle table with a kitchen wood off pots and um, I think three discarded wine bottles. And that was just the beginning. A lot of people started asking questions. They wanted to know more. They wanted to collaborate. And that was even when I knew what I did was called upcycling. So I started reading, started researching, started discovering what the whole market was, and that was the beginning of the journey for me. So it wasn't as if I had planned, to start upcycling. It just happened, and here we are today.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Amanda Obidike, one of our partners in Lagos, for joining us on the show. I've also seen Daburak Fankat, one of the winners. He's also live with us. Thank you so much, Daburak, and thank you, Amanda. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still on the show, and we are talking to our star prize winner, our celebrity, Bilkisu Garba. Bilkisu, as a young entrepreneur, what challenges do you face in growing your enterprise? What challenges do you face as a young lady entrepreneur? What challenges do you face in growing your enterprise?
A couple of challenges. Um, One is, I think, because of the line of business, upcycling, um, it's so difficult in this part of the world to tell people to patronize um, upcycling brands, because we understand more about just making products, and, furniture and furnishing pieces from scratch. We don't understand that, okay, you could actually repurpose items or you could actually do something really cool from them. So getting people to even understand what we do is one of the major challenges that we face because we need to keep talking about it, advocacy, a lot of special.
Are you there? Are you there?
Patronize us, and
Oh, okay, go ahead.
it's so part of it. Upcycling is also a very physical um, kind of business venture. It, it's something you need to do a lot. There's a lot of manual labor in it, and then being a lady and now that I have a family.
Okay, okay. I think Billy Jesus is off because of network issues. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge 2020 edition that happened last week here in Abuja. We want to capture the amazing moments from the winners, from the participants, and even our partners. All of them that contributed to making it a success. So we want to hear from them. And today we are taking the first feedback from Bilkisu Garba, the CEO of the Upcycle Architect and the overall winner of this year's Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. She's been talking about her experiences while on the show or during the competition, starting with the Ugwumba Enterprise Academy that lasted for about 2 weeks, where they were trained on a number of business development courses like ideation, design thinking for innovation, pitching techniques, financial literacy, and a whole lot of that. So she has been sharing with us the experiences she had from the day she came across the call for applications, how skeptical she was, before she eventually took the bold step and applied for the competition, and all the whole story about how she got into this upcycling business. I'll bring her back as soon as she comes online. So, by the way, we are radiating from Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge head office in Abuja, and the show is the feedback series from the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. For us, it calls for celebration because this is the first time we reached the 36 states and the FCT with this Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, which is an idea pitching and grant competition for young entrepreneurs and innovators in Nigeria who have ideas that we can help transform into business ventures and social enterprises. This is the third edition of it, and since inception, it has been a wonderful success all the way. And we have raised young entrepreneurs that are doing very well in their chosen careers. We have people operating in the renewable energy sector. We have those in the waste recycling sector, like Bilkisu Garba. We have those in information technology. We have even those in the agri technology, in education technology, in every sector of the Nigerian economy. We have raised young people from across the country that are doing businesses, that are growing innovations and startups in every sector of the economy. And we are proud that this has been a success. And that is why we decided to take feedbacks from some of the winners and some of these people that have been part of the show since it was started in 2019. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for Bilkisu, I don't know. Let's take some of the comments from the listener. Okay, Amanda said, okay, she's thanking us for the great work, and then well done, Bilkisu, for going home with the star prize. I think that's what Amanda wanted to say, and that's wonderful. We appreciate you, Amanda. Amanda is okay. Bilkisu is back, so let me bring her so that she can continue the work. The discussion that we have with her here. Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think Bilkisu Garba, sorry about the break in transmission from my end. Bilkisu, are you here now? Bilkisu, are you here now? Okay, so like I was saying before, we take pride in showcasing these young people, amazing Nigerian youths that have innovative ideas that are solving the problems of the society. Imagine what Bilkisu is doing. She's turning waste materials, non-biodegradable materials, into what do you call it? Into furniture, into interior decors, that are so beautiful and amazing to the eyes. So this is a social enterprise that she developed, and is really contributing to a green environment and eco-friendly environment in this country. This is something that is commendable, and we are happy that she's one of the Ugwumba fellows that we have raised, for the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa is an impact development and leadership center that was established in 2018 by Ugwumba Uchenwosu as president, to be able to raise young people, a new generation of young leaders and entrepreneurs for the African continent. We discovered a number of gaps that affect what happens in the society today. We talk about unemployment challenges, unemployment crisis in Africa and in Nigeria. So we thought about what we can do to contribute to reducing the unemployment crisis. And that was how the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge came about. And through this Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, by the grace of God, we have empowered about 5,000 young people from across the country. And today, they have businesses that they have developed, with talents that God gave them, and also with skills that they have acquired. And today they are changing the society and also contributing to the development of the country. This is something to talk about. This is something to celebrate. And that is why we are doing what we are doing. That's also what keeps us moving, keeps us going, because we are impacting on the society, especially in reducing the unemployment crisis among the youth population in Nigeria. Also, I think, okay, Bilkisu, where are you? Where are you? We are waiting for you because we want to hear more from you and why the secrets that gave you this this star prize. I think the young people watching and listening would like to know how you became the overall winner in this challenge. That was, I think, the most competitive impact investment program that we have in the country today. So we are waiting for you. 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 Okay. While we wait for her to come back, let me do this now. Oh, Adria Bilkisu, are you back?
Yes, sir, I'm back. So sorry for internet hitches.
Okay, so sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before, she had a network issue there, and she's back in the studio right now. Bilikisu, were you able to tell us the challenges that you face in your business, or do we go to another thing? Were you able to share with us the challenges you face in your business? Did you do that before you left?
Yes, I did, but I don't know what part you missed or what part was cut. I don't know, but I shared. I think I shared about 4 points.
Okay, can you quickly just do a rundown again before we move to another thing? Did you hear me? Hello, did you hear me? Did you hear me? I hope you're not out again, please. Daniel Logena, thank you for joining us from wherever you are. It's amazing and it's interesting. We're happy that you have joined us this afternoon. Thank you, Famkat Dabrak. Thank you, Amanda OBDK. Thank you, Daniel, for joining us live on the show this afternoon. Okay, Wilkie, are you back again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Let me not bother you with the challenges again. Maybe that's why the network keeps going off. Let me not bother you with the challenges. Maybe I'll come back to that later. Okay. As a wife, as a mother, and a business owner, so how are you coping with the demands of family and business?
Hmm. I don't know how to answer that question, but let me just speak from the heart. Honestly, it's not easy. It's really not easy. I sometimes I wonder how I'm able to juggle between all of these responsibilities and still be able to attain a certain level of perfection and sanity. Honestly, I wonder how I do it sometimes. But then I'm so grateful and happy to have an amazing team. I have an amazing team that they make life a lot easier for me. One of the Upcycle architect's main team player is also an architect called Oluwafuncho Ade, and I can't thank her enough because she's also a wife and a mother. But then there's just the way she's able to compliment me in my absence, and then to every other person, in the back end that people don't get to see in super, from factory workers to our interns and even volunteers, they make life a lot easier. But then as the figurehead and all that, I still need to play a major role in leading by example. And then I'm also really fortunate to have a very understanding husband who is also a partner. And he's also an architect, so I think it's easier for him to understand the process of this journey. So there's just a way we're able to like strike a balance with everything that we do. And I'm very sure most of you would have noticed my toddler almost everywhere I go. She was at the competition. She's somewhere around, looking at me now and wondering what I'm doing. But I just try to enjoy the process. I'm not lose. I don't take it as if it's a task or it's not a task, but I think it's so overwhelming and then I lose myself. I just enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and learn from my mistakes and just keep going. That's what it's doing.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I know it will not never be easy for you, a wife, mother, and business owner. Trying to grow the business it's not easy. You are really talented and really hardworking. That is why you are where you are today. We appreciate you, and this is a good thing for other young people, young ladies around the country to emulate from our guest, Bilkisu Garba. So, Bilkisu, I want to ask you something. This Tupa, the Upcycle architect, where do you see it in the next 5 years? Where do you see your company, the Upcycle architect, in the next 5 years? Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
I missed that part. Please, can you repeat? I didn't get the last part.
Okay, I said, where do you see your company in the next 5 years?
Interesting. So we're building a brand, and in the next 5 years, the target is actually in 5 years' time, God willing. We see ourselves, we want the upcycle architects to be the leading upcycle brand in Nigeria. When you talk about upcycling, the first thing that we want to get into the average Nigerian mind is the upcycle architect. That's one major aspiration that we have to be Nigeria's leading brand, and then to have international recognitions where we're able to represent the brand and Nigeria on a global level, towards promoting environmental sustainability through upcycling. And then we also see ourselves as we have a target. It's something we're still working on, but we have a number of people and lives that we want to impact in the year, in 5 years' time. And that is, we want to see, like I said earlier, our emphasis is really on young people and then women, because we want to be able to see a lot of people that, they, people that don't really have like uh, direction, just more or less like to guide people and then help them to have their own enterprises and businesses that they could run from literally anywhere and doing well. And we've run some of these things. We've taught people courses like sustainable interior design and different aspects of creative upcycling. And we have people that women that run their businesses online. We have people that blog about upcycling and sustainable interior design. So just to have a solid number of people that are able to run enterprises, on their own with this knowledge. So those are some of our major targets.
Okay, let me ask. Do you have who are your major competitors in Nigeria? Let me ask.
We have a couple of them. A lot of them are actually based in Lagos because research has shown that people in Lagos State have embraced the concept of upcycling a lot more and faster. It's growing in Abuja. You have a couple of people that understand this concept. So there are a couple of upcycling companies in Lagos that are our target audience. I'm sorry, not target audience, that are our competition. And the same thing too in Abuja. And funny enough, some of our students have become competition too, but then it's good. It's good because it shows that we're doing something positive, and we're making an impact and it's yielding positive results. So that's the whole idea.
Okay, yes. You now remind me when you talked about your students becoming competitors. You reminded me about the number of people you have trained. So how do you train them? How do they get to know about the training, and how do they get to participate in the training?
Yeah, so something you're going to notice is in January 2021, God willing, we're going to launch an academy, a formal academy, the Upcycle Architect Academy, and it is going to be a full-time school, online, offline, where we take a series of courses. We've been working on this for years, so we're ready now to launch them. Before we had a collaboration with an interior design school in Abuja, Awedo Design School, and we used to teach students from there. We had specific courses that we used to take students there. So that was also another way. And even now, we still have courses that we take. We just put them online, share with people, and then people get to register. But this time around, it's going to come under the Upcycle Architect Academy, and it's going to be full time sessions and classes, different topics.
Okay. Another question for you. Did the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, affect you in any way?
Um, yes, it did. It did because we had a lot of plans, physical and offline plans. But then it has been a blessing in disguise to us because it has shown us the power of doing things virtually. So because of COVID-19, we've been able to develop a structure, for in fact that was it has even made launching the academy a lot easier for us because we have learned how to take courses, functional upcycling and sustainable interior design courses online. So you don't have to, so we had a lot of people saying, oh, how do I leave Lagos? Or how do I leave Kano State? To come to Abuja to learn. But now COVID-19 has taught us how to um, incorporate online sessions, for classes. And then it has also shown us how to market what we do virtually, using social media and just digital marketing basically. So it affected us at that time. And then funny enough, we we have made the most turnover during this pandemic, this COVID-19 period. So yes, it has its disadvantages, but then it's still not a restriction and barrier to us. Whatever the circumstance, we will always be able to create solutions, create solutions.
Okay, good. The digital, the COVID-19 and the online sessions, the virtual training, and the digital skating. So during the boot camp, we had a session that was on digital skills training and social media. So did that impact you in any way?
Yes, yes, it did. I can't really remember the name of the facilitator, but yes, it did. It did a lot because um, we started out as a blog site, and so we just stopped it because we started getting like a lot of demands on how to make products. I'm sorry, to make products and render services, But because of that, what you call it, um, class, that session from the boot camp, we have decided to take launching our website more seriously. To have like a functional website that integrates a lot of all of these things, and then it also enlightened us on knowing how to focus on our target audience using specific social media platforms. So yes, that's another thing that was also very important from that session. And then the third part was we weren't so good at running digital ads, like using email marketing and just some other kind of um, platforms aside social media. That class opened our eyes to it, and it's still something that we're learning. We're still learning more, but yes, it was really beneficial.
Okay, okay, good. So let me ask you, thank you so much for your time. Now, let me ask you, if investors come calling, would you allow them to put their money in your business? And
Yes,
how do you ensure that they get return on their investments?
okay. Yes, we're open to investors. It's still a growing business, and we're looking for um, ways in which we can expand and push the brand to that level that we have always strived for. We have a lot of big ideas and dreams, aspirations, and all that. So yes, we're actually open to investors, and um, we're learning, but we're trying as much as possible to make sure our books, that financial books, are intact and as clear as possible. So when investors come in and they want to invest in the business, they're not scared that it would be a loss, for them, but also like it would be a win-win from all angles. So, yeah, we're actually open for investors.
Okay, so you mean okay? I asked you. The other part is how do you ensure that they have return on their investments? Did you answer that?
Dorothy, can you repeat?
Now I
How
said
do
how do you ensure that they have returns on their investments?
Okay, yes. Like I said, we have a lot of big ideas, aspirations, and all that. So, we're because we haven't had investors yet. There are a couple of things that we haven't been able to put forth, but when we do, it's how do I put it? How do I put it? It's 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 look at the best way to explain this.
Okay,
Well,
I
yes,
hope. Okay, you understand the question, right?
yes. I mean, how do they get how do they get returns for their investment? Yes, just
Yes,
like
yes.
I said, we have a lot of areas in the business, in the brand that we're trying to expand on. And for at least for most part of this year, when we started taking our books and records seriously, we've um, we've tried to make our financial um, statements as clear as possible. So an investor, hopefully, that invests with us knows that if they invest a certain amount of money, this is going to be depending on what the terms are, this is what the business will be able to yield and generate at a particular period of time, um, based on how much expansion and how much we're able to like generate from the enterprise.
Okay, another question: is your business registered as a limited liability company?
For now, it's as a business name, but yes, we started the process of registering it as a limited liability company.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I hope I've been placed you on the hot seat. Now, babe, that's by the way you deserve it because you have all the answers. After all, you won our star prize at the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. So there's no hot seat that you can be placed on that you will not be able to fit in. Okay. By the way, what can you say about the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge and the Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa? Generally, what can you say about us, about our work?
I have I have a lot to say. Honestly, it's been a blessing, for me and and, and my social enterprise. What we do with the Upcycle architect. Um, it I would personally want to push the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge and everything that um, the Ugwumba Center for Leadership is doing, because I think it needs more publicity, needs more people to know about what you people do. Um, it is it's understated, seriously, because even to the final day, I felt like mm, I was still skeptical. But when I saw the seamlessness of the event, the invited guests, um, I'm practically speechless. Seriously, it's an amazing platform. If you're looking for a group of selfless people that are willing to push young Nigerians and their brands and their businesses, I think the Ogumba Center Ogumba Enterprise Challenge is the best platform for them. You will get seasoned facilitators, the amazing team. Honorable Uche Unosu has been an amazing person. Just everybody in the Ogumba Enterprise Challenge, the team and everybody have been amazing. To the participants, I say thank you very much. It's been an amazing journey. It's something I of people to participate in, to take advantage of, because unlike many other platforms that say, oh, they are out to help people, when in reality they completely have ulterior motives and are not really out there for the participants. This particular enterprise challenge really shown me that there are people that are actually committed to growing young Nigerians and their businesses. So I say thank you very much, and I look forward to pushing the brand as much as possible.
Okay, so do you have any advice for the government at all levels, from the federal, state, and local government levels? Do you have any advice? Because we hear about youth empowerment every day now, but those empowerments do not really make impacts in the lives of Nigerian youth. Now, but this little thing we are doing in the name of Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge is really affecting lives and taking young people out of the streets and then helping them become employers of labor. So, what advice do you have for the government in this regard?
And the one major advice I would say to the government is, since they have, like agencies and ministries that deal with youth empowerment, and um, it would be great if they could collaborate with um, the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge team, the entire team, and just if they could collaborate with them, I think it would go a long way, and people would take it a lot more seriously, because sometimes it could be a little difficult for MSMEs and young and startups to have access to the government or government opportunities and funds and all of that. But the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge has clearly shown that it can be done. They're doing it, and they've done it. Tested and trusted for um, 3 consecutive times. So if the government could and these bodies could collaborate with the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge in achieving their own goal and reaching out to those target audience, I think that would be really great, because it will not just be to a specific um, um, to a limited number of people. This time around, they'll be able to target um, um, more people. So yes, and I feel like the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge is, is, is so amazing that it needs a lot of sponsoring and support from the government, because um, you're really doing an amazing work.
Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still on the show, the feedback series from the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge 2020. And this afternoon, we have been here with Bilkisu Garba, the CEO of the Upcycle Architect, the winner of the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge 2020 Star Prize. So it's been really amazing and interesting, and also highly educative. Sharing her experiences with us and the audience. And this afternoon, we were joined by other winners and participants of the Women Enterprise Challenge, like Emmanuel Chisom is one of the participants and one of the prize winners in the recently concluded Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. We also have David Treasure. We have David Treasure. We have Sami Abeze. We have Ola Dapo. We also had Fankwat Daburak. No, these are other people that were part of the show, and they are happy that Bilkisu was declared the winner because she deserved it. She deserved it. And that's also to show that what we do at the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge and Leadership Center is non-partisan. We're not partisan. We're non-religious. We're non-discriminatory. We don't care where you come from. After all, let me also announce this. We have never seen any one of the participants until the final day in Abuja. We never seen them before. We never knew them before until that day. And Billy Kisu, like she said, when she called to make inquiries about the call for application, that was the first time she spoke with me, and I never saw her until on Monday, the 7th of December, during the grand finale of the show. And that is how we do it. That's how we've been doing it. We're not interested in where you come from. We're not interested in your religion. We're not interested in your tribe. We're interested in what you have to offer the country, Nigeria and Africa as a whole, because we are determined to raise a new generation of young leaders and entrepreneurs for Africa. That is what we are doing, and by the grace of God, we are succeeding one step after another. And today we have a number of partners from around the world, in the UK, in the US, here in Africa, and others that want to be part of what we are doing. It is because this has remained consistent, and the progress and the impulse have continued to resonate around the world. That's why they are getting interested, and more people are getting involved. Even investors are ready to put their monies in these young entrepreneurs. So that will go a long way in improving on the economy of Nigeria. And that is our contribution to the job creation policy of the federal government of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful session with Bilkisu Garba. Very, very inspiring, very, very educative, and also amazing conversation with our star prize winner, our own celebrity and ambassador. So, Bilkisu, before I let you go, do you have any advice for Nigerian young people? You know, they are supposedly lazy people. Now, but from you and the others that took part in this competition, the narrative changed because such amazing ideas could not have come from lazy people, lazy young people. So, what advice do you have for Nigerian youth that are watching you around the world now?
What I would say is, for people that have already started their journey, mm, their entrepreneurial journey or career journey, I would say keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing and do not stop. Nigerian youths are really are actually not easy. We just need opportunities and platforms like this to be able to express ourselves and just keep striving. We have a lot of amazing ideas. The moment you feel like, oh, what you're doing is top notch and out there, you would see the next person sitting beside you probably with an idea that you have never heard of, and it is absolutely amazing. So what I would say is keep doing what you're doing, keep working hard, do not give up. You just never know where that opportunity will come from. And when that opportunity comes, you need to be ready to embrace it. It would be like a ripple effect of what you've been building all these years. And when that moment comes, it will all be worth it. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep working hard, keep striving, keep learning, keep reading, keep travel as much as you can. Just keep learning because it's all going to be a cumulative um, impact in everything that you aspire to do. So never be lazy. Just keep working hard.
Okay, so I'm happy that you are hearing this from one of you, a youth, a young person like you, Nigerian youths all over the world. I'm talking to you. I'm happy that you just had this from Bilkisu Garba. One of you, she said, keep doing what you are doing. You never can say when hope will smile on you, or when, yes, God will bring an angel like Ugwumba Center for
Yeah.
Leadership Development in Africa. For us, we see ourselves as angel investors. We see ourselves as angel investors because no equity investor would like to put their money in your business unless you have a history of cash flows, that can guarantee return on investments. The same applies to commercial banks. They cannot put their money in your business unless you have a cash flow history that will be able to convince them on how they can recover their money. So when we come as angels, so that's your idea that is in your head, or the one that you have started at a small scale, you'll be able to launch it out so that you can qualify for such equity investments from bigger opportunities that we are networking with. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you have learned a lot from Bilkisu Garba this afternoon, and I'm sure that you are getting ready to grab opportunities that may come your way, if not from Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa. There are other opportunities. You can start from there until when next we call for applications. You can now be part of this and get ready to prepare yourself, because it's going to be another hot and tough competition. Next year is going to be tougher than this year. Bilkisu has shared with us, what she passed through to get to where she is today. So next year is going to be tougher. It's going to be tougher, so that we can produce tougher people than Bilkisu and her team. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I think I don't want to keep her longer than necessary. This is about 1 hour, 10 minutes that we've been on the show this afternoon. So, Bilkisu, your last word before I call it a day. Do you have any other thing to say before we say goodbye to our listeners from around the world?
Yes, I have to say thank you very much. Thank you very much to Honorable Uche for coming up with this amazing platform. When I said you never know when opportunity would come by to advising the Nigerian youth, and I was using myself also as an example, because if I had known that I was going to win the star prize of this challenge, I would have applied even before the application portal was open. But then I didn't know. So, and I applied, and I am today, and I'm so grateful. I am honestly grateful. I have learned, I have met with a lot of people. It's been an amazing journey. I'm still learning, and I would love to make each and every one of you that looks up to me proud, and I know I will by the grace of God. And I just really want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Remy. Thank you very much to everybody. I don't know the entire team, but the few that I know and the back end people, I say thank you very much. Facilitators, I say thank you. It's been an honor learning from you, and I think that's
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bilkisu Garba, CEO of the Upcycle Architect and our brand ambassador. We appreciate you for coming on the show this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the first edition of the feedback series. We are going to get the second prize winner next week, and the third prize winner, and all of that. So we are going to feature them in turns. Even our partners will also come on board the show to share their own experiences, how everything went. So we are so happy. Greetings from my boss, Ugwumba Enterprise, and from the team at the Ugwumba Leadership Center. So I think this is what we call it a day for today. And until when we come on your way next week, please keep doing what you are doing. Who knows when opportunity will smile at you, according to Bilkisu Garba. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.